If they went with the offer 450, 25 under sale list price, so they're on their own in terms of the financing, no dollars from the seller to cover anything, buying down the rate or for their closing costs. What kind of rate were they going to get? Well, with a 688 score, it was going to be 5.5%, 30-year fixed, no points. By the way, that's an example of how with a 688 score, FHA by far is a better option than conventional, because at a 688 score on a conventional loan, you're not going to see 5.5. You'd probably see 6.25 or 6 3/8. So FHA gives you a great and very substantial interest rate advantage when you're in that sort of middle tier in terms of credit score. So 5.5% would have been the rate if they just offered 25 off the price. In this case, because they did get their offer accepted with the 28.5 seller credit at the full list price of 475, we were able to take those dollars, and they're getting a 4.5% interest rate, 30-year fixed. That's like 1.5% below market when you keep hearing about mortgage rates are 6s, 6.25, and so forth. 4.5%. I cannot stress enough the psychological benefit to these first-time home buyers who've heard nothing but negative news about how unaffordable buying a home is and how rates are so terribly high. When I told them that they were able to get a 4.5% 30-year fixed by this strategy, they were ecstatic beyond belief. I mean, they could not have been happier, and I don't blame them. So that's part of one of the subtle things I would point out with these kind of strategies. Don't underestimate the the psychological benefit to a first-time buyer who's never been through this process before. They've heard nothing but negative stories about how mortgage rates are terribly high and or double what they were during the pandemic and this and that and the other. And like, guess what? I can get you 4.5. They're like, you got to be kidding me, right? They didn't believe it at first.